This is the player card. Here you can see your strengths and weaknesses by looking at your archetype. This is your development trait. Superstar and Superstar X Factor. Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to be...
Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Hurt sets up to throw it. Open man has got it, the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of first. Going for it with Sanders. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. Here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the screen there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
2nd and 4. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Eric Ebron. 73 yards. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
There you go, baby. Yeah.
On second down now, this defense sort of finding themselves with their backs against the wall. Ball in the red zone. On 2nd and 2, Flacco. This will be taken in by Hightower. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he couldn't quite get there. Taken down at the line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy lift come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Charles, I looked at the Steelers draft class for 2021. They bucked the trend and said, we need an impact player in our backfield, and thus the selection of Najee.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Richard. This offense muster a late 2nd quarter drive to break our tie. Let's see. They'll have to be pretty efficient with their time here. Watch the clock. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. Man open. That's Ray McCloud. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you have to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Then to throw again. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Being chased down, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. The pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this 3rd down stop in the 3rd quarter? They go play action with Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're... Big Ben's got the Steelers in the red zone as we get you back into the action. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he'll get it right back to Washington. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by quick.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Benny Snell. Column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was their defense that really made this.
Choose the team you want to start. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner. The Home tab is your franchise dashboard. Keep track of your goals, division standings, and information on your View your team's save snapshot. Quickly review the league's top performers and the current week. Choose the team you want to start your franchise. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner. The Home tab is your franchise dashboard. Keep track of your goals.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner. The Home tab is your franchise dashboard. Keep track of your goals, division standings, and this is the player card. Here you can see your strengths and weaknesses. Welcome to Weekly Strategy. This is how you access the new player health screen. This is your team profile. Choose focus players each week who will earn
scoreless game here early on, but how much longer will that hold up as we've got action in the red zone on 1st and 10. And he'll run for the first time to Najee Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. All right, this offense has made its way into the red zone as they're set up with a 1st and 10 just inside the 20. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this 3rd down play? Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got this down to the 35. A 4th down coming up. Decision time now, as this would be a long field goal attempt. They're going on 4th down. Haskins steps away. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he'll go out of bounds inside. Philadelphia, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you... Staff points can be when you have enough to see what effect some talent trees make you select a path to follow to build your character.
Defense did their job. They didn't allow any points on the opening drive. Now second drive of the game, first for this offense, and what can they do with their go around? They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. That'll bring up second down. First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And just shutting it off there. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris. He can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the 1st round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. On the give, this is Harris. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing here. Ball in the red zone. Offense has it with a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that
evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Going top shot for Smith-Schuster. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Najee Harris on his way to a... No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on 4th. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A lot of points put on the board so far by this offense. Now they're looking for more. Already winning here in the second half, ball in the red zone. To throw again on 2nd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Boom! Julian Okwara. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of...
week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Steelers and the Panthers, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
Still 0-0 here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming. Throwing on third down, Newton. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Well, the defense did their job. They didn't allow any points on the opening drive. Now second drive of the game, first for this offense, and what can they do with their go-around? And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now back to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. McCaffrey into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
49, guys.
Now Newton on third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They got the intercept. Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Set up to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A red zone alert forthcoming here. A first and goal situation as this offense looks to punch in the football from right around the 6. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this. They'll be
open. Man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers.
Let's go!
It's a... A
developing situation here. A big play has put this offense with a first and goal down inside the 5-yard line.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Steelers. Time winding down here in this first half as we get you back out to the action. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just inside of 2 minutes for this offense. Second quarter. They've got the football, but on their own side of the field. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on first and second down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down.
They're going to try and throw.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Back to throw again. Out to his left. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard. Back to throw here. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Great Fryer move. Okay, the field goal unit out on the field as they look to get 3 points due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Situation coming up in the third quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that third down into 4. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play. And we're back now in Charlotte. Time to get back into the action. The football in the red zone for this offense. It's second down at 6 yards to go. First throw for the backup Haskins. Buying time to his left. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Come on now, let's go. Get over here.
Partner as a quarterback.
A road win in the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only...
Easily see how many play. Here are some recommendations to get you started. Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also higher. This player's development trait is hidden. Put him in your lineup and evaluate him on the field to Coming up, we'll see the AFC North champion Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Buffalo Bills, AFC East champ.
Now we'll see what this offense can do as they'll get their first shot here with less than a minute gone by in the first quarter. Nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he fires one incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This is Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll try and throw for it here. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers weren't able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 40 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Steps away. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job. And it's they're going to look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, Dubb. They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. But
Another completion there. And what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 61 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Baby, let's go! Let's go!
Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case, with his legs, he shows the defense there's an extra dynamic to his game.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Rolling to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He gets it complete to Harris. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers.
Bring it!
Antonio Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This will be caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
And he's got it. Touchdown. Eric Ebron, as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the defensive. Cameron Sutton with the tackle. So we've reached halftime here on Open. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And taken down just past the 20, about the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On the ground, it's Harris. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this...
Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And some space here. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. 110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This is Harris. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominate.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Sutton. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And that is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great. This defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. 7 yards to pick up there. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Let's do this.
Najee Harris with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on them.
This is the development trait. This is the abilities tab. Here you can see what abilities a player has and what effects they have.